explosive, seventh dimension. Faster than 5-0%, search warrant. More powerful than a prosecutor on speed. 2 hits from the bong and he's hiding in a DEA helicopter. Up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's the New Jersey Weedman.
Here we are at the joint of Trenton. NJ Weedman hosting this podcast called Get On the Cannabus. And today, oh shit, in between coughs, I'm going to introduce my guest. Hold on. In between coughs, my guest, Eric Reed. Eric Reed runs a place down the street. VBQ Philly.
VBQ Philly. Vegan barbecue.
Vegan barbecue Philly. My bad. He's right down the street, so right down here on State Street. It's cool to talk to another entrepreneur, another business owner right here on State Street, the business district here. You know my thing. Get on the Cannabus. Don't let this multi-billion-dollar business go by. So he may not be directly in that business, but I still support people who are entrepreneurs, people who go for it. Go try to work for themselves, fuck the man, do it yourself, all that. So I definitely support you on that, my man.
Appreciate it.
And it feels good too, to work for yourself. There's been times here, there, and the other. It's been a long time since I worked for somebody else, but I always resented working for people. Every time I got an 8 to 4 job, I resented the job. I resented everything about the job. Now, there's a lot of people who's watching and listening. They gotta work an 8 to 4 job, this, that, and the other. I get it, I understand it. But I remember I was miserable when I worked at the post office, for instance. I worked at the post office for like a year and a half. I was miserable. I just quit one day. A lot of people be like, man, how the fuck you quit the fucking post office job? I don't know, started trucking led me to smuggling led me to prison. So maybe I should have stayed at the post office. No, I'm still happier. Anyway, so what do you do? Explain your business, man.
So I make vegan, I'm a vegan chef, I make vegan food. My concept of my business is vegan barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like paying homage to my uncle, who had a pretty big barbecue spot here in Trenton called Bud's Barbecue.
Okay.
Yeah, Bud's Barbecue. Yeah.
Did he have vegan options?
Yo, that's my cousin. Like, every time I say Bud's Barbecue, somebody pop up like, that's my cousin. And then I find somebody I'm related to, the cameraman. That's his cousins with Bud. Okay. So yeah, we grew
y'all
up.
didn't know that to each other just now.
Just now.
Well, there you go. NJ Weedman's show. Let's put together some relatives.
It's been happening a lot lately.
Yeah. So I have fond memories. Going to Bud's Barbecue, growing up there. He used to do these festivals, man, and bring the whole community out, and it'd just be a big, festive event, cotton candy, barbecue, ice cream, games, toys, music.
You used to go to those too?
Mm-hmm.
So y'all was right there around each other?
Just looking up.
Yeah.
I used to be there getting food all the time. They hooking me up. I ain't paying for none of that stuff. I'm getting 100 wings.
Yeah, and the turkey tails. Remember?
Oh, that was, oof.
Yeah.
Turkey butt, you don't know about the turkey
So a
butt.
lot of
You know what?
turkey tails.
I actually,
did.
when I first opened this place, I tried to sell turkey options and everything. Nobody would go for it. I couldn't believe it. To me, myself, I like
That's because
turkey.
you ain't had an ass. You gotta get the ass of the turkey.
And that's what they sold, turkey ass.
Yeah.
He sold turkey ass. He called it turkey tail.
I still don't understand.
Oxtail and all that type of. You get some oxtail up in here, put that Weedman sauce on it.
I know. Oxtails would work, but oxtails to me goes with a whole other genre of food than what we got here. You can't just put oxtails in the middle of cheese steaks and cheeseburgers and munchie like food. That's like you put that in Jamaican meals, Caribbean meals, whole Southern cooking meal. You don't just throw a turkey butt up in there.
With oxtail.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Bud, he sold a hell of a ton of turkey tails. And I never ate it, so I still don't get it, but it was famous for that. But you know, the place has since
turkey tails.
So you keeping that going, you keeping that alive.
That was my inspiration when I was trying to think about, okay, I know I want to do a vegan concept, but what exactly do I want to do inside the vegan space? And so I'm thinking about, you know, my own heritage, my family being from South Carolina, and, you know, a lot of food that we cook. Of course, you know, most black people, you know, we grew up with soul food, you know what I'm saying? So that's like a no-brainer.
We're at South Carolina, by the way.
My mom's from Dillon, so a lot of my family's from Dillon, Fort, Marion, Florence, that whole area, Fort, Latta, that whole area. You know where south of the borders is?
I know where South of the Borders. I know Florence ain't that far from there. Dillon's not that far from. I've been in that area. Actually, I went to school in Orangeburg.
Oh, okay.
I went to Claflin. And when I was there for those 2 years, I ended up in several different communities that night. No, you know what? No, for real. I'm from New Jersey, and people would want to take us home to visit their parents, meet their parents and stuff. And I was in college, but you know, they would go home every weekend. I'd be stuck for the weekend. So after a while, people would start trying to take me home. So I have been to Florence, Hartsville. What was Hartsville? Hartsville. They was two towns right next to Hartsville and something else.
Not familiar with those towns.
Hart something. I don't know. They had a racetrack there. Darlington. Hartsville, Darlington. I think they called it.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
So family had a lot of family traditions around the food. Like I said, my cousin Bud had a barbecue place that was popping. So I'm like, you know what? I want to do vegan barbecue, you know? Because first of all, it's kind of audacious too, because a lot of people associate barbecue, they think it's synonymous with meat, you know? And I'm trying to show people, hey, you know, listen, you can get those same flavors, that same texture without meat. It's possible. So, you know, I looked at it as a challenge too. So, you know.
I've tried to go vegan a couple times in my life, and I always failed miserably. Like I might go months. I even went close to a year one time, like 10 months in one day. I don't remember where it was, but I remember it was a cheesesteak. Like I totally stuffed for a cheesesteak one day. I remember that.
Well, see, that's because you wasn't messing with me.
I still very,
so let me tell you.
Very rarely eat pork.
My whole concept is for people like you. I make vegan food for meat eaters, people that want to go vegan but have a hard time giving up those flavors.
The taste.
You know, those, you know, the richness, those flavors, the texture, they can't give it up, you know?
But you know what? Nowadays, I mean, there are a lot of options out there. Like the Impossible Burger, all these different.
There's a lot of decent options out there.
Yeah, there's different soy burgers, bean burgers, California type vegetable burgers, and I've had them all here. And consistently, they're not good sellers here. Right? Down.
In Trenton.
Right. And I didn't mean Trenton. I just meant here in this location. You know, because to the listeners here, we're actually in the sanctuary side of NJ Weedman's joint restaurant. Right, in case you don't know. Right, so but here, like we have a vegan soup that's on the menu right now, and there are some people dedicated come in once, twice a week and get that, but the vast majority of people don't go nowhere near it. And I don't know.
Soup right now, summer is hot as hell.
I still eat. I'm a soup eater, so I eat soup in the summertime too. When I go to Wawa, I eat soup. You know what I mean? Like that's what I grab when I go to Wawa more than I grab sandwiches. I grab soup. But I do notice though, places that specialize in vegan options do well. They get their niche group of people. They get that certain clientele. And so I think you got a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, I hope so. It just never works for me when I tried it here. It just never worked out good for me.
Well, you haven't had my food yet either. So you got to at least give me a shot.
Yo, tell me about where's your
so
address?
Where is it? So right now I'm doing an extended pop-up at 238 East State Street, downtown Trenton, New Jersey. But you know, I'm soon going to be, you know, getting my own building. in the area, and I'll be posting that information on my Instagram or on Facebook at VBQ Philly. So you can, keep up with me, see where I'm at, where I'm going to be, where my next pop-up is going to be, and hopefully my permanent location.
Okay, that'll work. So,
it's very much a niche market, though. Like you said, it's very much a niche market. It's like I said, my food.
Do you follow
is
it with
for
drinks
everyone.
and stuff too?
Drinks.
Or is it just like the
Well,
barbecue?
because I'm down there with my man Legend. Shout out to Legend too, Health is Wealth. He handles a lot of the smoothies. Yeah, so he's like 2 doors down from me. So I'm not going to touch that. That's his thing. He established that market in this area years ago.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And that's one of the things too we had to address when I first opened up back in June. A lot of people was like, "Oh, okay, you going head to head with Legend," you know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's not even like that. It's not even about the competition, I support that man. I'm not trying to hurt his business. I'm trying to promote his business and help his business. So we work together a lot,
I haven't seen
So
him
we
in a
trying
while.
to,
I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he's over there.
Yeah.
Over there. He's a good man.
Right, yeah, he is.
But like I said, it's a niche market, man. It's not, you get a lot of people in there that's curious. They want to try it, but it's like they got a million questions. They're a little nervous, so I give them a little taste.
Right.
And 9 times out of 10, once they get that taste, okay, it wasn't as strange or as weird as they thought it was going to be. Like, for example, right now on the menu, I have the barbecue jackfruit. It's like pulled pork,
It's called barbecue jackfruit.
Jackfruit. Green jackfruit. So as you get
Y'all
the
familiar with
jackfruit.
that term?
Yeah,
How come I'm not?
my man had that, but my man Vincent.
Everybody was nodding their heads with me
Vincent.
Yeah,
He had did the jackfruit before, and it was quite good.
Yeah.
You season it up right because it had that texture. It has a meat texture.
But jackfruit is supposed to be
you gotta
like
catch
it from
vegan.
vegetables that
You gotta catch it when it's green.
Like,
though.
one day you go up to Harlem and someone go to the juice bars. They got like bacon. If you like bacon, they got vegetarian bacon.
I
You got
know
vegetarian
I know
pork
that.
chop,
I just
but
never
it's
heard
vegetable.
that term
Yeah,
jackfruit.
It's just about the taste.
So the jackfruit is actually a fruit. It's huge, it's humongous.
Mhm.
And you get it while it's green before it gets sweet.
Right.
And it has the texture of meat. Yeah.
Oh.
And it has a neutral flavor, pretty much neutral flavor once it's, before it gets right. Yeah,
Yeah.
when it's I put my flavor in there, cook it up, season it up, barbecue it, smoke it.
People
good.
eat it. It was like,
People,
okay.
yeah, people
I never
love
knew
it.
that. I never
And a lot of people think it's
I'll have to come down and
jackfruit.
try
They think it's sweet, but it's not. It's, I'll give you a taste of it too. Before you don't have to.
I'll come down, check it out.
Yeah, it's only right.
Experiential spot. Anyway, to my listeners, a lot of my listeners come in here too, especially the locals. They come to, 8 ounces of chicken wings here. So when they come in for the 8 ounces, sometimes they're walking right down the street, checking out your business would be a good thing.
I appreciate
Alright,
I appreciate it.
So go ahead and say your address again, your Instagram, your contact, whatever.
238 East State Street, downtown Trenton, New Jersey.
The next block down from me.
Yeah, next block down from Weedman. Monday through Friday.
You good?
Monday through Friday, 11 to 5. Follow me on Instagram or on Facebook at VBQ Philly. Then that's another thing too. A lot of people ask why is Philly in the name? Because I'm from Trenton, but I live in Philly.
Okay.
And I was about to, I was going to launch my business in Philly, so hence the name. But I kept running into problems with locations out there. It was either they wanted too much, or the landlord had too many shenanigans in the contract, or this last incident that happened. I had a building, it was perfect, it was right. Somebody got to it literally 2 days before me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man.
But you good, you got Philadelphia Pizzeria, and they've been there for years.
Oh, yeah, where they at?
I don't know about Glendale.
Oh, that's true.
They've
Yeah,
been
yeah,
there since 20 plus years. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But so yeah, so that addresses that, you know, the name. And eventually I am gonna have a location in Philly because it's only right. But
Franchise,
yeah, so
man.
for right now though, I'm
Franchise.
at 238 East State Street, downtown Trenton. But follow me on Instagram and Facebook at VBQ Philly to, you know, get the most updated information on where I'm gonna be.
And when my customers come in there, make sure you mention it. Like I saw you on Weedman's
Let me know.
podcast.
Let me know.
All right, let me know. All right.
Because then, you know, I'll send people down here to you too. Yeah.
All right. I think we're gonna call it quits. I don't know. Wait a minute. I need to talk about what's going on in Florida.
Go in, man.
All right. Yeah, that's.
I was gonna ask you about managing 2 spots, because
Man, I flew in this morning.
okay.
I got here. I got on the plane at 7:48 this morning. We were supposed to take off at 7:48. Didn't take off till 8:30. It's 2.5-hour flight. So normally I'm landing
Who you fly with?
All of them have flights around the same time, basically, from JetBlue, Spirit, United, Delta, and American out of Newark. All of them got 6, 7, 8 o'clock flights. Now, I had missed one and instantly ran to the other one and paid for it in line and got on the fucking plane.
So who you fly with?
I fly with them all. I'm telling you, I fly with them
This
all.
time?
This morning, I flew with Frontier, actually.
Oh, okay.
Frontier. And I haven't flown Frontier into Trenton yet, but Frontier actually flies into Trenton. And I think I'm getting ready to switch and just fly Frontier back and forth into Trenton. I even fill out the little frequent flyer miles.
Yeah.
I'm 4 planes a week, at least 4 planes every week. So I need to just start stacking up on them.
Yeah.
You know? But now it's working out. Florida's working out well. I mean, I never thought it was going to be bad, to be honest with you. You can't go into certain things thinking it works. So I always overthink, over whatever. I'm wishing for the moon and, hitting the atmosphere, whatever. But I'm having celebrities contacting me. This is a new venue in Miami. I got enough publicity that the location is hot now. And I haven't even been there. I got KRS-One coming. I got Corrupt coming. Tory Lanez, we just haven't worked out a date yet. I got some Spanish acts that they're huge in the Spanish music world, but I don't know them. I don't know the music. I don't know nothing. I know the one young lady who came there. She wanted to be there. I can't even say her name. Her name was like Lapieces, but she's a Latin lady. Looked at her Instagram. Instagram had like over 1 million followers. They started showing me all these videos and stuff. It was all in Spanish, so I didn't know it. But I got Latin night on Thursday, so she's gonna be performing on a Thursday one night, Latin night. And I bet you the whole place will be speaking Spanish. I ain't gonna do nothing, everything. But all I need to do is see greenbacks.
So why Florida though? Why Florida?
For numerous reasons. For one, Miami is hot. It's a party city. You know, if you look at Las Vegas, you think of Las Vegas as a party city. It has, the Strip and this, that, and the other. Hollywood in California is like that. You name a couple of areas in the country are like that. Downtown Seattle, for instance, right? But Miami, it's like this whole sections of the city are just dedicated to clubs, just dedicated to just partying. You go to South Beach. South Beach has 1 million upscale clubs. They're not dive bars. They're clubs, and they're nice, and they're all around all these hotels, and that's what they attract. And they work, and the city seems to revolve around it or likes it. Same thing with Wynwood, where I just had, is like that, the Brickell section of Miami. Now I'm starting to learn all these areas too. I didn't know all these areas, so I just knew Miami was hot. Just following things. I went down there on a mission for something else, and that mission didn't work out, but then it did work out. And I ended up with this building, with this whole vision of basically doing 420 entertainment. It's still about weed. It's still that whole market that I'm attracting. I want to cater to I'll be politically correct here, the cannabis consuming community, weed smokers. I'm directing my energies to them. I want those type people to be my customer base. My customer base, potheads. They're everywhere.
That's everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
And who else? Who caters to them?
No.
You know, we all been there. What's up, man? All right. What's going on, buddy?
There we go.
What's that? Who was just sitting right there 5 minutes ago?
I'll be right back.
Yeah, but
So where
that's
next?
what happened.
Where you going next?
Man, I don't know, but I have had people talking to me. Nothing 100% serious. Like I legitimately have been speaking to someone in the Atlanta area, not even quite in Atlanta itself, very, very close to Atlanta. There was a guy a few months ago, last spring, in Detroit that really wanted to like somehow be in some type of partnership where basically I was just been branding my name and my whole idea and showing up there once in a while. And, like he wanted to do that with me, but he had problems with the building. And actually, the last time I talked to him, he told me the building that he had planned kind of fell through. This, that, and the other. He had the money for a different building, but he just didn't like the location. And then I didn't hear from him no more. So I don't know what's going to happen with that deal, if it ever happened at all. But I have a couple of lawyers right now doing branding and licensing things for me, which again, 20 years ago, all this was I was the fool standing on the side of the highway saying legalize weed. Now I'm getting on a reality show based out of Miami. Like all that's so things have been going good as far as Miami goes. Man, I couldn't have picked a better city to try to do something there.
Okay. Is there a place you want to be next? Like, is there a spot you got your eye on?
I want to have my triumphant return to Los Angeles at some point.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Man.
I want to roll in with TMZ saying, "Guess who's back?" Yeah, there's one right there, and there's one right around that door. Yeah, so that's where I would love to be. Let this reality show work out, and boom, that's what I would do with it. Somehow, use the reality show to create something in Los Angeles. But right here, I still will regard this as home base, the headquarters, no matter what.
It makes the world takes.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know about this one. The world tokes. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna end this show. And like I say out there, to the whole black market, or be politically correct, the legacy market now. I can't believe that they're really changing it. If you're talking about the black market, the criminal aspect of weed sellers, they're actually giving them a politically correct name and title. It's the legacy market now. So you say you're representing the legacy market when you're talking about weed now. I still say to the legacy market, the existing market that's shut out of all this legalization. Keep doing your thing, do it in the open. If there's 1,000 of us openly selling marijuana, like with corporate America, I don't know what they can do about it. When I say black market anyway, I'm not talking about black guys or Spanish guys. I'm talking about everybody who's selling illegally, not on the government ticket. All right, so again, big ups to the black market, the legacy market. Made 1,000 people start openly selling weed, and to the home growers. Put big plants outside, let your neighbors see it. Get out of the cannabis closet, grow weed, brag about it, put it on your Facebook page, your plant. You're not gonna arrest everybody for growing weed, just don't take no deals for nothing. There's a felony charge to grow marijuana, so right away.
Thank you.
You have a jury trial. No problem. You're all good. You're all good. Yeah. We're the fools having a podcast in the middle of the walkway. It's supposed to walk through. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Yes, we put the camera across the walkway. All right.
There's no way I
don't even know where else to go. Man, this weed is pretty good. And I only smoked a half a joint. I went from chill to I'm mellow. You any other questions?
Check me out.
Last question out there.
Listen, follow. Best thing you could do, follow me on Instagram at VBQ Philly. All right. and come try my food if you're in the area. It's that simple. 238 East State Street, downtown Trenton.
It's good. It's good as hell.
What did you have?
I had the cheesesteak, and it was the best cheesesteak I've ever had.
Yeah. All right, we'll come down.
Meat or vegan.
I'll check it out.
That was good.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
No, it was really good.
Damn, see, if you was around that one time when I almost made it a year, and you was around to have a vegetarian cheesesteak, I might have made it a year. I'm telling you, I remember that one day I just like I was smelling cheesesteak.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, my customer. I make vegan food for me eating.
Go down and check it out.
Check me out.
Check it out. I need to eat better anyway. My worst thing is I eat too much sweets. I eat candy.
I got that too.
All
I got that
shit
too.
I can eat.
I got that too.
So I can go on little things, little perks while I eat good. But I always mess up with tasty cakes, donuts somewhere, straight candy bars.
I got
I like ice cream at nighttime.
I got a vegan sweetbread at the shop right now.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
just came
actually
out the
got-
oven like an hour ago. Yeah,
Okay.
you gotta come check it out. All right.
All right. Well, we gonna sign off, y'all. Peace. We're done. We're out. Check him out. And you know the deal. 8 ounces of chicken wings, and so we like white. NJ hashtag NJ.
Ain't nobody cool this man. He too clever for him, man, and it's never gonna change. Jersey Weedman, superhero to his ganja smokers, fighting for the rights of Cypher and Token. Indicted and choked him every time he battled and spoke him. Politicians getting at him with them government posters. Judges were jokers, knew the laws, refused to oppose them. Only made the Weedman stronger. He grew with exposure, refusing these vultures. Every time he pleaded proposal. Mary J, she ain't bad, she just illegal to smoke. Rasta religion, roots come from Buffalo soldiers. Now they want to jail the Weedman cause he practices soldier. Taking advantage is over. Watch how rapid he blow. When this thing hit the radio, we gon' snatch him by soldiers. They gon' learn how to court system. Badger that fortune, they took his license and his truck. It cost him a fortune. Stand up for your right. Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. It's the New Jersey Weedman, pumping everything, doing this thing. Ain't nobody fooling this thing, and it's never gonna change. He's too clever for him, man. Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. It's the New Jersey Weedman, pumping everything, doing this thing. Ain't nobody fooling this thing. He's too clever for him, man, and it's never gonna change. You gotta get up, stand up, fight for your rights. If you won't, he will back you to the press, get it right. New Jersey Weedman to the Bob Marley the heart. They took his daughter's last name, I bring it out of the dark. 420 up in Philly, Independence Park. That's where the people get together and they spoke from the heart. He's on a quest to change the name into Peace Pie Park. Brothers and sisters gather round, let the session start. He spoke the joint at the courthouse, he wanted to fight. They took him away in shackles and refused his invite. They asked him for DNA, he said, get it off your lips. You can kiss my ass, you bureaucratic punk bitch. Excuse me while I light my split. Oh Lord, I wanna take a lift. Now who's this? New Jersey Weedman.com. Yo, he ready to lead for his people and his beliefs. Yo, he ready to bleed. Roll up a Dutch mask up with a handful of trees. Take a token, they'll back it. We supposed to be free. Home of the brave. Shit, this the home of the slave. Only have room for 2 verses. This the end of the page. Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. It's the New Jersey Weedman, pumping everything, doing this thing. Ain't nobody fooling this thing, and it's never gonna change. He's too clever for him, man. Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. It's the New Jersey Weedman, pumping everything, doing this thing. Ain't nobody fooling this thing. He's too clever for him, man, and it's never gonna change. Pick up another level sound. Luna Productions, Crazy Entertainment, 7 D's.
We got blunts, got lots of chicken, got mac and cheese, 8 ounces in the kitchen. You try smoke, you try eat. Now let me show everybody now where we be. We at the joint, the Weedman's joint. If your mama stole your stash, come along. Got what you want, got what you need. That's right. Shake your wings to fry the grow weed. Yo, where is this place? 322 East State Street, Trenton, New Jersey. Come smoke and eat with us.